Hello and welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be speaking a little bit about the higher education landscape when it comes to sports analysis. Okay, so the first thing I want to speak about is the degree that I have and also how things have changed from the time that I was in the position of doing a degree and looking for my first analysis job and towards now, because a lot has changed over that period of time. So the degree that I got was a sports science for performance coaching degree. So the reason that I selected that particular course was because it had a module in performance analysis. And it wasn't until the second year until I actually did that particular module, because that's kind of what it was. It was a lot less popular back then. It did obviously still exist, but it wasn't, half as popular as it is today. So it was a case of if you wanted to do analysis and you wanted to do a degree, you would have to go through the sports science degrees and maybe sports coaching, things like that, just to check out the kind of modules that they would do and see if analysis was part of it. And that is the only reason that I selected that particular course. So if you compare that to nowadays, you can see that that's a big change from what it is now. So there's loads more courses available. There's even courses that are actually dedicated just to performance analysis rather than just being a hidden module in the second or third year. So when I was around, I did my undergraduate degree. I applied for a master's. I didn't end up actually doing one because I changed what I wanted to do. But at that time, I think there was probably only 2 or 3 masters to choose from in performance analysis. And again, now that is a lot different. There's a lot more of those, and you're starting to see kind of modules and even courses on sports data analysis as well. So lots has changed. There's lots more courses available. So it's about picking the correct one that's going to potentially give you the best opportunity. And maybe, some university has different links to different clubs, etc. So picking that university degree and picking the place that you go to can make a big difference in your career. Okay, so let's just talk about the names and the types of degrees that you want to do if you are looking to kind of be an analyst within sports. So I've mentioned my degree was sports science for performance coaching. So, there's lots of different courses out there, all very similar, and some of the names might be changed slightly. So you have sports science degrees. Obviously, they may come in different shapes and sizes. You want to check if they do have the module on there. Do they cover analysis? If not, and analysis is what you want to do, then you probably don't want to do that course. So then you've got sports performance, but then also sports coaching courses. So although you have separate to university coaching qualifications from the FA, for example, you've also got degrees that cover sports coaching. And within those degrees, or at least within some of them, they will include analysis modules. I've said it before many times on this channel, and you know yourself how competitive it is to get a job in sports analysis. So a lot of the times a degree is not enough. Before, maybe back in the day, you could just graduate with an undergraduate degree in sports science with an analysis module that you covered in, say, year 2 and 3, and you would be perfectly suited to get a job straight out of university. Obviously, there's a lot more students that are wanting these jobs, and the rate of students that are coming out of university is growing a hell of a lot quicker than the amount of jobs that are available in clubs. So it is said that a degree is now no longer enough. That's why, as I've got other videos on this, I'll talk about needing work experience. So that could be an internship, it could be volunteering, it could be a part-time job, it could be getting coaching qualifications on the side, and also creating a portfolio. So they do say the degree might not be enough, but that's not to say that, it's impossible with just a degree. And also a question I do get asked is, can you get a job in sport without a degree? So as you can imagine, this is going to be a hell of a lot harder. So if you imagine a job is posted and there are hundreds of applications, one thing that a club might do, rightly or wrongly, they may just simply filter out by whether the person has got a sports related degree. So you'll see the job postings online, and they will say must have a degree in sports science or equivalent, or analysis, or whatever. So it does give you that, bit of knowledge that you would need. Obviously, you do need to understand the role, and you do learn bits and pieces of that at university. And I think it's just an easy way for clubs to filter down a list of 200 CVs. If you haven't got a sports degree, they can easily just knock you out the way and not bother with you because they've just got that many applications to go through. That said, I think it is possible. It's probably much harder, but I think it is possible. It's not impossible.
So you're telling me there's a chance
to get a job in sports analysis without a degree. But I think if you're going to do so, you need to come at it either from a coaching background. So you do need to be probably a good coach. You need to have coaching qualifications and understand the game a lot. And also you're probably going to then have to heavily lean on your network. So you're going to have to build up your network over time. And that can be, actually saying that, there's a lot of people that I've said before where they've posted things online and they've managed to get a job based on their portfolio. Not all of those people have actually got a sports related degree. They might have actually had a degree in something totally different, but their passion is in sports analysis. So they've proved that by posting content online. They've built the network, they've been seen by these people, and they've managed to basically book the training and actually get that sports job without a sports related degree. So it is possible. It's harder, but it's definitely possible. So it all depends on, what you want to do. If you've already got a degree in something else and you're looking to transition into sport, it is doable, but it's going to probably take a little bit more work. Okay, so the kind of degrees that I mentioned in terms of the sports science, performance, and the sports coaching ones, those are more related to what I would call a traditional video analyst, or someone that is employed by the club. They will code the games, film the games, travel with the club, etc. But we all know now that that's not the only type of analyst within a club. So you've got more data roles becoming apparent all the time. So the data, if you wanted to be a data analyst, if you want to work in data within the club, then those degrees are probably not that important to you. You get people coming into sport from different sectors altogether. So if you're just starting out now and you may be thinking about going to university, or you're thinking about doing a master's in a particular degree to give you the best chance for a data position, then you may want to look at things like data science, data analysis, maybe statistics or mathematics. So those kind of degrees that will have you working with these large data sets, working with numbers, being comfortable with numbers and stats. So those are the ones that would potentially give you the best footing for a data related job within the sports industry. Okay, so before we move on, I do want to quickly ask you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and consider giving the video a like. Both of those will be very much appreciated. I also have a totally free weekly newsletter that goes out every Sunday. So if you're interested in the sports industry, I give advice on getting a job in the industry and also just kind of updates on what's going on. So if that is kind of something that you'd be interested in getting from me every week on a Sunday, totally free. The link is down below in the description. So please do feel free to sign up to that. Okay, so while we're on the topic of degrees, there is always the hot debate of should you do a master's degree and what is more valuable, a master's or a year's experience, for example. So this is my opinion only, so people may not have the same kind of thought process as myself, but as somebody that will employ analysts, I would look for experience over an additional qualification. Just for me personally, it kind of proves to me that the person has been in the position of the role before. They've understood what they need to do when they're actually in that working environment. So that is very valuable to me. That's not to say a master's isn't important, because you can learn great skills on a master's too. But I think if you're going to take one thing from this video as well, is don't just think, okay, undergrad, master's, perfect, I've got every qualification I need and I'll be ready for a job. It's just not enough with the amount of kind of competition that you have. So I think do not underestimate a work experience. And I've got videos on this channel about internships. So unfortunately, again, rightly or wrongly, a lot of work experience at that level of students is unpaid. So again, that's a topic for a whole new video. But if you are going to be doing something like that, I think it's key that you get the most out of it and kind of work that alongside your degree. So not only are you coming from the academic side and you're getting the correct qualifications that tick the box for the club for you to then be considered for a particular job, but then you're also building up your own experience on the side from actually getting hands-on work experience, but then you're also doing your portfolio on the side. You are gaining experience in different, in your networking as well. That's a big one. You're also networking. So please do take all of those things into consideration. So that's it for this video. So good luck if you are looking to transition either to a sport, or if you're in that position where you're considering what kind of degree you need to be a sports analyst. So thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and check out the videos linked down below.